Hi, my name is Madison and I'm going to be your nurse today. We're just going to go over some discharge instructions for when you get home and you want to give your baby a bath. We do recommend that you don't fully submerge the baby for 1 to 2 weeks in the bathtub. We recommend a sponge bath so that the umbilical cord doesn't get fully submerged or wet. You want to keep it definitely dry. So you want to keep the baby warm as well. So you want to lay something flat for the baby out, maybe in the bathroom, like on a mat or on a changing table, or you could do it on the floor. And you want to make sure that the towel that you're wrapping the baby in is warm as well, because you don't want the baby to get hypothermia, because their skin is very thin still and they will get very cold. So what you want to do is you want to take a warm, maybe like a warm towel, and just wrap the baby up in it a little bit. Get some warm water, not too hot, definitely not too cold. And you don't want to use any soap really on the skin to dry it out, so maybe just use some warm water. The babies don't really get too dirty at this point, and if they do around their lower area, you can use like baby wipes and stuff like that. But warm water will be just fine. Unless you want to wash their hair, then you want to make sure that you get sensitive shampoo for their head. You also want to make sure that you're keeping the baby completely covered when you are washing the baby. So exposing one area at a time, like one leg at a time, and make sure the baby is fully wrapped up while you're doing this so that they don't get too cold. And you also don't want to make it too long where they're wet and they're cold for a long amount of time. I actually printed out a pamphlet for you so that you can take this home, and it just explains how to give a sponge bath and just different types of technique that you could use and different ways to do it until the umbilical cord actually crusts and falls off. You don't want to submerge it again, like I said. So this is just a few of instructions that you could use to just to look at. I also just want to let you know that using a basin for a baby can be quite dangerous. Once you start giving big baths like that, you want to make sure that you're with the baby at all times, and you want to make sure that you don't leave the baby unattended. You want to make sure that the water is not too hot. You want to make sure that it's not filled all the way up so they can't like go under and drown, but enough water to keep them warm and to be able to clean them off. And after the umbilical cord comes off, you'll be able to do things like that. But other than that, do you have any questions? So I'm going to give you this pamphlet and you can take that home with you. And if you have any other questions, I'll be here and you can ask me them. Thank you.